G'day Bicycle Queensland members and friends, it's Andrew Demack here, and I'm here with
Alton Twine. G'day viewers.
And we want to talk to you about Bicycle Queensland and your involvement in the federal election, which we're right in the middle of the campaign at the moment. So we've written to all of the candidates, and
In Queensland,
and we've got a 4-part position statement that we've asked them to agree to. There's 2 sections of that are about e-bikes, and we'll cover those in a second. And there's 2 sections that are more general. What's the highline though? What's the big thing we're asking for?
the big thing, and this is really important in an election campaign dominated by a lot of really big picture issues, we can't lose sight of the fact that we need more money spent on cycling. We're not getting anything like we actually need. There's a $100 million allocation from the last government over 5 years across all of Australia, and that just doesn't give us enough.
Basically, Brisbane City Council spends more than that.
Absolutely.
So it spends more than the federal government. So you can see what a pathetic amount it is.
Yeah. So what we're asking for, the big picture, number one issue is just give us 1.9% of the federal land transport budget, which is roads and public transport. Give us 1.9% of that allocation per year, which equals $250 million. But why 1.9% do you think, Andrew?
That's roughly the mode share for cycling in our capital cities at the moment. Not great though, is it?
No, it isn't. And why isn't it any higher than that?
Because of people's concerns about whether they can ride safely to their destination. So this is one of the big barriers to more people riding, is there simply aren't safe routes.
Well, they don't feel safe on it.
Yeah.
So let's make separated cycleways. Let's get the severance issues addressed by more green bridges. Let's spend real money to make a real difference. And we've seen this work time and time again overseas, even in the United States of all places. But you look here in Queensland, what Brisbane City Council has done, what Gold Coast has done, Sunshine Coast, even Toowoomba recently with the Cycle Street.
And also with state support for all of those as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
So one of the key things I think about this is the federal government has been pretty much absent from funding bike infrastructure, and we think that should change.
In a cost of living crisis, the bike is the perfect mode to get around. It's cheap, it's effective, saves you buying a second car. You know all of this. So what we'd like you to do as part of this, so we've written to the candidates, we'd like you to engage with the candidates also and reinforce that message that we've said. We know that the national advocacy body, We Ride, is behind this. Organisations like Better Streets, who are professional planners who are interested in improving our urban environments. We're all saying the same thing. Spend some money on cycling. You get multiple hits. It addresses transport, recreation, health, cost of living, on it goes. We need the candidates to hear this message. Otherwise, we'll be drowned out by all the geopolitics and all the other things which are going on. So that's our number one.
And the other one that's more general rather than specific is about schools and about encouraging the federal government to work with state and local authorities on encouraging trips to school to be by active means, so walking, cycling and scooting. So that's another big one to talk to your candidate about, because that's a great local issue. And all across Queensland, all across Australia, how kids get to school is one of the big local issues that affects traffic, affects how kids grow up. It affects all sorts of things that are really important in our society.
It's a great place to start. And who's going to deny spending money on our children? It's our future. So what a great idea to be able to target that investment to our kids. But what else have we got? We've got a couple of
really important things about e-bikes. So in quite a few parts of Queensland, there's a plague of illegal high-powered e-bikes, and we're working on a particular campaign around that. And we're asking the federal government to restrict the importation of e-bikes that don't meet the very well established standard, which is called EN 15194. You don't need to know that. But we really like the federal government to have a role in making sure these high-powered illegal bikes don't come into the country. There's another thing about importation of e-bikes that's even more annoying. There's a 5% tariff on
all
proper e-bikes, legal
Yeah.
e-bikes from coming into the country, and that's really unnecessary.
It's a nuisance tariff. There's really no need to have it. And look, we're all about tariffs these days. We have one in Australia that could just go and make e-bikes cheaper and more affordable for everyone. Again, in a cost of living crisis, why wouldn't you do it?
So E-bikes, we think, are a great thing for our society, not the high-powered illegal ones, but the ones that meet the standards. And we'd love to see the federal government move on both those things, restricting the importation of the illegal ones and encouraging the importation of the legal ones by the removal of this tariff.
So that's what Bicycle Queensland is doing. We've written, as you said, Andrew, to all of the candidates. We've had some candidates approach us also, and we've been talking to them. From all parties and independents, what we'd like you to do now, as I said earlier, is please back this up, contact those candidates in your local area, raise cycling as an issue with them, raise the issue around schools, raise the issues around e-bikes. Look on our website for our position statement on the federal election budget. That will give a federal election as well as the budgets coming up, and that will give you really good information to engage with those candidates. Good luck, see you on the other side.